That boy got the lava lamps in this motherfucker. It's cozy as shit in here, boy. Hey, Monk. Hey, yo. Welcome. This is Art to Art Connections. This is where we bring on different artists and different creatives, and then we talk to them about what they're doing, so hopefully it can motivate and inspire you. Today, I have someone in front of me. I have the privilege not only to call him a friend, I can call him a business partner, I can damn near call him a family member. And the person that I have in front of me right now is JinxxUnknown. Can I get a round of applause? Yes, sir. So, I don't know if a lot of people know this about you, but we really come from the same city. You pulled up to my crib with a Bugs Bunny basketball and played basketball with me one day, and then from that moment, I'm not gonna lie, we were basically pretty much best friends from then. Been to U of H games together, went to the same schools together, went to the same high school, and then now we're back here in Austin, Texas. How you feeling today, man? Man, I'm honestly feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. The sun's out, you know what I'm saying? I'm alive. I can't complain, you know, life's going good, you know. Just dropped some Good Villains merch, you know, South by Southwest, spring break time, you know what I'm saying? Gotta get loose. Villains gonna run amok, you know what I'm saying? It's cool, but yeah. I'm saying we've been through a lot, my boy, for real. Like, this is my legit day one, bro. Like, you only get a couple for real friends in your life, man. For real. Appreciate you. Thank you for being on the podcast with me. I really appreciate it. I got a couple of questions for you, and I got a couple of doozies for you. First question, when did you realize you were a creative? When did I realize, like, when I actually had the realization, oh, you're a creative? I'd say I always created my whole life, you know what I'm saying? I was on Vine early. I was in church choir. I was in everything growing up. Like, I really felt like Zac Efron in school, you know what I'm saying? I feel like just the creative aspect of me, I've been doing it my whole life, but that moment I legit said, this is what I want to do in my life for real. I'd say that realization happened in college though, you know, because that's when you're really out there in the world and you're really trying to figure out yourself, you know what I'm saying? So I was at Texas State, you know what I'm saying, just in the mix and that. And I seen a whole bunch of different things that I didn't see from back home, you know what I'm saying? Like Mo City, love my city, you know what I'm saying? But everybody was like tended to be on the same things, you know what I'm saying? Good and bad, you know? But yeah, when I got to college, I just did a whole bunch of reflecting on myself, you know? What brought me happiness, what brought others happiness from me, you know? And yeah, at the end of the day, I was like, this is what I want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's you can't go back on the choices you make, you know, or nothing will ever be made, you know. And yeah, I've been a creator my whole life though, you know, like. But the moment I said it was college, for sure, college.
You said a lot, but the number one thing that stood out to me is definitely going to college and realizing, and then breaking away from like that familial aspect and then just really seeing the world for what it truly is. So definitely that. Actually, the first time that I actually saw you do something creative was in college. You had a Good Villain short film, and I'm gonna have it showing on the green screen right now, but it was a short film, and what you did was, hey, yeah. And what you did was, it was about an obsessive stalker, I believe. And it was you, the main character. You kidnapped a girl in the trunk of a car, and then you had an intense dialogue. I'm actually gonna break the video and I'm gonna show that hoe. Hey, yeah. So I guess that was the first thing that I saw you that was actually creative. I guess what's the story behind that? What was the motivation behind that?
This is why I said, like, college, go to college, man. Even if you don't even want it for the degree, you just need it for experiences. So that exact skit you talking about was a skit the teacher told us about the whole year, you know what I'm saying? But me and my partners waited till like the week it was due, you know what I'm saying? You had to have like I think it was like a minute monologue on there. Like, that was the main thing. You had to have a monologue on there. And that's why that monologue was at the end of the video, you know what I'm saying? But you had to have a monologue on there, and we was like, damn, bro, we gotta do this today. It's due tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, fuck, let's do it. So shit, got my partners together. Shout out JT, shout out Darv, shout out Goose, man. We got together, man. We got the whip. We had that 2008 Impala, and we got it to going, man. We was at Copper Beach in San Marcos shooting. You know how many takes we had to do picking up a girl, putting her in the trunk? I already know everybody was looking at us like, what the fuck is going on outside right now, bro? She's screaming and shit. I'm like, damn, bro, we gotta hurry up and wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how that happened. We was just like, man, like we did this for class. You know what I'm saying? Because we was pressured to, I guess. But we enjoyed every moment of it. You know what I'm saying? We shot like one other like little summer like vlog thing. You know what I'm saying? We should have, man. Shout out the villains, man. Like this is pre-COVID. This is before all of the streaming stuff and all of that. We was just doing it for fun, you know. Didn't know what we were doing, but we was doing it, and we should have kept running in the dark. We would have ran into something, you know. But yeah, you live and you learn, you know, and that's how we came about that video. That was, yeah. Shout out my professor.
I'm not gonna lie, in college you'll have one professor that'll teach you a life lesson. So definitely go to college, just for a life lesson. Ooh, next question that I got for you. We talked about you, and we talked about how you did the skit in college. What I really liked about the skit in college is that you already had good villains established. It's kind of like a brand. Even if it wasn't out there, it was still out there in the universe because you just called it Good Villains. I guess, what is Good Villains? What do you want Good Villains to be? If you were introducing somebody to Good Villains, what would you tell them about it?
All right, so Good Villains is really just like Good Villains, first and foremost, the name. I came up with the name because it's like a play on words that I could define myself as, you know, like you're a good villain, you know, no matter what you do in somebody's story, you're always going to be the bad guy because perspectives is a crazy thing, you know, like what somebody does to somebody can harm another person, you know, but that just goes to say like I will full-fledged be myself, and those who I'm the villain in their story, I'll accept that, you know, and that's where I came up with the name, and it's really a community, you know, like everybody who's a villain, a good villain, you know what I'm saying? We out here just doing us, like unapologetically, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't got time to be out here acting for these motherfuckers, bro. And shit, if we the villain in your story, so be it.
I fuck with that a lot. I feel like majority of my life, there were moments where like I was doing just a bunch of stuff to appease people. I think the reason why I became an engineer.
Stop that.
For sure. The reason why I became an engineer was because I thought my parents would like me for it. If I could definitely go back, I would choose psychology. But definitely being the villain in somebody's story, that's one thing that I realized early too. No matter how good you are to people, someone is always going to see you as evil. Someone's always going to project that onto you and definitely not see your value. So exactly what you're doing right now, fuck them. Be yourself, do you. Be the best villain possible. No matter what you do in somebody's story, you always the villain. Number one thing I learned. We talked about a little bit of Missouri City, and you talked about some of the differences that you saw when you left the Mo. What are some of the lessons that the Mo taught you that like you bring to this day where we grew up?
If you from the Mo, you already know. You gotta show me something. And that's like, I ain't gonna lie, it's like something that's embedded in everybody who truly from the Mo. You have to show me. And when I say show me, that's in every aspect of life. Like, many times people say things, you know, false promises and things like that. You just gotta show me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to talk about it. We can plan, yes, but just show me, you know. And I feel like Mo City being really on the outskirts of Houston, and we were really, I ain't gonna lie, everybody was hating on us for a long time. Hey, they hated us from the Mo. Hey, we remember that. We remember that. But that's just because we had a different swagger to us, you know what I'm saying? We were always different, you know, and like even our difference started to get acclimated into the main populace because it was cool, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? But it was just a Mo City brought a be yourself, have your own swagger, you know what I'm saying? Make your own path, you know what I'm saying? Show me something. Like, show me, man. That's, yeah.
Think literally on the board of Missouri City. It says, "Welcome to Missouri City, the show me city." Because at the end of the day, you got to show me for show. Oh man, but nah, you talked a lot about the Mo, and the number one thing that I can say that I appreciated, that I resonated with what you said, is the be yourself aspect. And the number one thing that I realized after leaving is how eclectic and diverse really the Mo was. We went to Elkins High School, and at Elkins High School you had Indians.
House.
Hey, yeah. You had Indians, you had Mexicans, you had white people, you had black people, you had all kinds of people, and you just had to interact and also be with them. So definitely, I don't know, like there's just something special in the Mo. I really can't say it, but when you from there, you know it. Hey, yeah. So moving on to the next question. I'm pretty sure people know this about you, but you're also a business owner, not only for Good Villains, but also you had a clothing store for a little bit named Yom. Did you want to go through the story and the timeline of your experience with Yom? And then also, I guess, if anything, did you want to end it off on what you learned from being at Yom?
Man, shout out all the boys at Yom, man. Yomies for life, man. It's, so Yom is a clothing store here in Austin, you know. We opened up, I'd say, well, we've been open as the brick and mortar for like going on like 2-3 years now. But yeah, Yom started off with me and my partner Zeke, you know. We were throwing parties at first in another property we had, and then we was like, we just gotta change it up and make this more lucrative and more business like, you know what I'm saying? Because the parties, you know, that's high risk, medium come up, you know what I'm saying? If anything, you know. But yeah, Yom was definitely a growing experience for me, you know what I'm saying? It taught me, that was like my first actual year living out here in Austin, you know. Austin's dope. I'm from Mo City, like just stated, but Austin just has so many different ecosystems, you know, and there are flourishing biomes in those ecosystems as well, you know. So there's different areas of Austin you can tap into, and being at Yom, I've seen a lot of different just spheres that I wouldn't have seen if I wasn't, you know. Yom taught me to just be more organized, you know. I had to as of late, I still rock with my boys, don't get me wrong, bro, for sure. But I had to just figure out my own stuff currently, you know. Been focusing a lot on Good Feelings, focusing on myself, my music, getting my people right, everything, you know. Yom taught me teamwork make the dream work as well. But also, you gotta keep the team solid, man, and do what you need to for you at the end of the day. And shit, life goes on, and the villains will prevail, no cap. Yeah, Yom, love that place. Still go there. Hey, if you need some drip, pull up. We still have it for you, you know. Shout out my boys over there, man. Shout out my boy Sai, man. Shout out everybody, bro, for sure. Love.
Here's more of the fun part that I really want to get into. Who were some of the people that would you say motivated you when you were growing up? I'm pretty sure looking at a couple of your videos, we can name a couple of them, but I want to hear it directly from your mouth. Or I might be missing somebody, and I got to do some homework.
When you say motivate, you talking about like idols or just motivated you people? Well, actually, they're the same thing for me. I'm not gonna lie. My biggest motivation in my whole life is probably my pops. I'm not gonna lie. That's that man right there. Does the impossible every day, day in, day out, you know. My mom and my pops, those are like my two most inspirational figures. If I'm half the man my father is, I'll take that at the end of the day. As far as like creatively, I grew up on a whole bunch of like Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying? I was listening to Motley Crue. I was listening, I ain't gonna lie, I was listening to a whole bunch of foolishness growing up. And I didn't even know that like my music taste was more wide than a lot of people's at the time, because I remember we used to listen to She Take My Money on the way to school, that 1 minute drive there. We used to sing that motherfucker every day. Crazy. Church choir, church, you know what I'm saying? that also got me, because in the mode, you know what I'm saying, singing, dancing, it wasn't just frowned upon, but it wasn't indulged in. Like we weren't on the creative. Well, we were, but we weren't showcasing it how we could have. Like we coulda, yeah. Most City, one of them places, and where one of them ones always come from, you know. Besides that, my brother, crazy inspirational, shout out to my boy, man. Of course, all the legends from the Mo. That's it. And myself, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to talk to yourself because you are your own consultant, I look at, now I started to look at life in like minuscule segments. Like, you did good here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I stopped looking at it as big because you tend to like tire, like it starts to wane on your brain about a lot of things. But yeah, I started to just small victories, that keeps me inspired. Like, new crib, new this, new that. Oh, you did this. Oh, we're having this next month. Like, stuff like that just keep me going. Yeah, my family, for real.
I don't know if anybody has ever met James. That's his father. He is definitely an amazing person. Low key, the reason why I might be religious is because of James. No bullshit. I would go into the barber shop, and he would always have a Bible verse for me, and he would always do like a full demonstration, and I honestly appreciated that. I honestly did. And also,
stop cutting your hair, bro.
For 20 minutes. You gonna see this.
You cut half your hair, right? So you can't get up, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta listen.
Brought up the new crib, the new spot, and then also just, it kind of we had this conversation in private, but it kind of feels like our year finally started now, and just the things that I've been doing and the things that I've been seeing you do has been extremely impressive. And if you don't know, or I'll probably let you tell it, but definitely, I guess really what I wanted to focus on was like the shows aspect, the entertainment aspect, and then more importantly than that, the clothing aspect. And I guess like ever since me being here, I've seen you take that step forward creatively. And I guess I wanted to like probe your brain on what caused that movement or what caused that thought. And then even more importantly, like the heart and soul tea, like what are some of the inspirations behind like the designs and stuff like that?
All right, so I'd say in the last like year, I'd say we've hit like a switch, like I just had to get my mind right, like just refocus. And it's okay to refocus. Always remember that it's okay to duck off for yourself. Come back when you good, you don't on nobody's time, you know what I'm saying? You're on your own clock. And yeah, so I just had to take a little step back, get my mind right, just so I could focus. And yeah, so that like the heart and soul tea you was talking about. The heart and soul tea is like, so I watch anime. That's all I watch. Like, I don't watch nothing else. All I watch is straight anime. And if you really watch anime, you understand it's not no cartoon. That is life on TV, through whatever y'all want to call it, whatever medium. That is actual life lessons and things like that. Anybody, I ain't gonna lie, anybody that used to watch anime when we was growing up, when motherfuckers used to say, oh, that nigga's a weirdo for watching anime, if they still continue to watch anime at that time frame, they are innately a good person to me, because you have to be able to empathize with that character and like put yourself in their position. But so with the heart and soul tea, the soul part actually is just like a shuriken. I just like cropped out in the middle and turned the heart, you know what I'm saying? Just on a play of just, I guess basically just something I like, you know what I'm saying? And I figured others would like it too. This world domination tee I got on right now, good villains, man. World domination, it's that's self-explanatory. We will continue to be the greatest we can until we dominate this world. And that's, yeah. But creatively, it's South by. It's finna be South by right now. Like, South by actually started yesterday, I believe. I got like 4 shows, 4 pop-ups. The shows, man, that's what I do it for. Like I love making the music, you know what I'm saying, but performing it, seeing other people resonate with your music, you know what I'm saying, looking at the different rooms that you can be in with your music and see what it does to certain people. That's that's one of the greatest feelings ever, and I think that just goes along with almost any type of performance. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't even have to just be music. It can be dance. I danced for a while too. I still dance. Come, y'all don't want to see me. They know I'm a jigging legend. They don't want to see me, bro. They don't. Yeah, they don't know about smooth, bro. Yeah, if you know, you know. But yeah, it's just what you can do to a room with your music. I love performing. Like that's. I'm looking forward to this South by Southwest. Shout out to all the great artists coming out here, man. Shout out to Austin for being Austin. This is, I don't know where else this could be, you know. But yeah, the creativity, that's just where it comes from the performance aspect. It's just, I just love being up there, bro. It's like a high that you can't get nowhere else, for sure.
We talked about Good Villains and what it is. I guess, what is your vision for Good Villains in the future? If there was anything that you would want it to become, what would you want it to look like?
All right. So Good Villains, I want y'all to literally close your eyes right now. Think of a big hideout. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm talking about, I want it to literally look like what you see on TV when all the villains link up and they all just sit in there, but each one of them is their own boss of their own, you know, and everybody just link it together to come together for a common goal. So I want Good Villains to be a place to breed creativity, you know what I'm saying, a place to breed confidence, a place, and when I say place, it's abstract, like it's just within this community, everybody just helping each other do whatever, you know what I'm saying. With the clothing tip, I'm gonna teach you how to be fly if you don't know how to be fly, but if you rocking Good Villains, you already got an inkling, you know what I'm saying. But I want it to be like just a almost like a monopoly, like it's just everything is just going good for everybody involved, you know. We've set the foundation of where things is just trickling down to where y'all don't even know who is the original villain, you know? Like, it's just, yeah, I just basically giving identity to those who feel like they always gotta wear the mask, you know? Yeah, that's it. It's just basically a place. I'm creating something or a community that my younger self would have loved to be a part of, you know? Like, I would have loved to rock with the Good Villains when I was 13, 12 years old, bro. No cap. And I feel like we're on the way there, you know what I'm saying? All my villains, man, rocking with them. Crazy, you already know how we going, man. Yeah, man. Steady wins the race, you know. We don't even gotta go too fast, but we going faster than them. But they know it. But yeah, that's it.
I remember there was like Blank, and with Blank, it was just a creative space where you could just do whatever you wanted. And the fact that not only you want to do that, but even more importantly than that, like bringing people together and bringing useful people together, because I think that's the number one thing. We have a bunch of stuff going on in the world, and I just feel like if you bring people who care, people who have that common goal of I want to make this better, that's truly how you make the world a better place. And the fact that you want to cultivate that, I have a tremendous amount of respect for that, and I admire that a lot. But shoot, moving on to the last couple of questions. If you kind of hit it on the head a little bit, but if you were talking to a younger version of yourself, what would you say to inspire him or to keep the course?
Man, if I was talking to my younger self, I'd basically just tell them, fuck what they talking about. Do you, bro. Like, you already got it, bro. You can see. You have the Byakugan, and he gonna know what I'm saying. You can see, bro. Like, it's many times in life I feel like we second guess ourselves, you know, and those second guesses can hinder a lot of growth, you know. And I feel like a lot of times when I was younger, I second guessed a lot of things I shouldn't have. I basically tell myself, just keep going, like stay the course. Whatever you hearing is just for the birds, you know. Eventually, they gonna start doing it as well. Those exact things. And that you will persevere what's going on currently, you know, no matter what it was or is. I don't know what time period I'm talking to, but you'll be good with it. You've came through a lot already. Keep good people around you. If people, you got to have good people, you have to be a good person too. Cause if you have no use to them, then you're useless. Shout out my father. Yeah, keep good people around you. Cultivate those who have a like-minded goal. Stay in those piano lessons, bro. Like, it's cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You don't gotta go to them hugs and I'll play. But yeah. Stay in all those creative things. Sports and all that's cool. Yeah, but stick to your guns, man. Stay to what you know. And you got this, bro. You got it.
It's hard to follow up that, but the last question I got for you, at this point in your life, what are you still trying to figure out?
At this point in my life, I'm still trying to figure out life, you know? I feel like that's a never-ending journey, in a sense, but I'm just trying to figure out, I can't even pinpoint an exact thing, what it is. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, at this point in my life, I feel like I'm just trying to figure out life, you know? Like, I feel like it's a never-ending journey, though. I don't know, I'm not there, but I feel like you'll never truly figure it out because there's so much to do. And not even to say that I'm on, like, no guru shit or nothing like that already, but I really critically think just a lot about life, like make more connections, travel more, do this more, do that more, you know what I'm saying? Actually getting the full experience of life. I'm working on getting rid of anything that doesn't benefit me in life, be that my simple happiness or actually benefit me, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out just all of it. Like, it's like that question is like, when I think of it, it just goes in infinite places. Like, we grow every day, and I'll say that, you know, like, you better than what you were yesterday, and that's literally my life's goal, is to just continue to progress, continue to, I don't even know, try to inspire somebody else, you know. Be the wave, be the pebble that starts the wave, you know. I'm thinking long term, and when I think long term, I'm thinking of eternity, like 300, 400 years from now. Jinx etched on some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like actually to be etched in history. I'd say that's the closest I could actually say to what am I looking forward to in life right now. Like, actually just doing something, creating an impact that can actually have a lasting effect on humanity as a whole. That's bigger than all of this to me. I feel like music is timeless. Music, if it's good music, you're gonna be able to listen to it whenever. Like, I can still sing Wave by the River, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much, it's timeless. Like, you can teleport people. You have a power. Like, I believe as a creative, as an artist, to be specific, I have a power to time travel. Or like a song, I could play a song and remember exactly where I made it, why I made it, you know. and others can be teleported to that space. Like, yeah, at this point, it's just figure out life and continue to create and fuck what they talking about. No cap.
What the number one thing that I think about is that when you said art is timeless, and I truly believe artists tell what's going on in the time period, whether it's through the music, whether it's through the art, whether it's through the photos, the movies that come out, things of that nature.
Oh, you see? Yeah. Yeah, that's all we see from past civilizations. The only thing you see is the art. Yep. That's it. Yep. Everything. All you see is the art.
And so definitely taking your art or thinking of your art from a perspective of legacy and how people are going to receive it not only now but years from now, it kind of makes me think, and it kind of makes me like kind of want to up what I do. But hell yeah, bro. Those are all the questions that I got. Thank you so much for doing this. And then hell yeah, we got a housewarming to go to. Good feelings out this bitch. Art to Art Connections. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let me go ahead and get in frame for this outro. Art to Art Connections, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for my guest, Jinx, for pulling up. We're about to go take over the world. We're about to go do some shit at South by. We're about to go to a housewarming. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And then shit, see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace.